the next story is what I like to call market-moving stocks. Apple is one of the biggest stocks in the market. Okay, one of the biggest stocks in the market. Apple to fall, whoops, just happened there. Oh boy, that was interesting. All right, Apple to fall short of projected revenue due to the coronavirus. That is big news. All right, Apple Inc. became the first major U.S. company to say it won't meet its revenue projections for the current quarter due to the coronavirus outbreak, which it said had limited iPhone production for worldwide sales and curtailed demand for its products in China. So that's why it's on Trending Thursday. Apple is one of the biggest stocks in the market, and this kind of news probably will trickle down as more and more companies feel comfortable to put out to their investors that the coronavirus did hurt them. Another one, this is not on the coronavirus though, but Tesla, another big mover in the market. Tesla spikes above $850 after Bernstein sees no imminent negative catalyst. So if we scroll down, the electric car maker surged 7.3% to close at $858, or just 3.2% below its February 4th record close of $887. It has more than doubled up just this year. Holy smokes, this stock is rocking and rolling. So one stock may be feeling the ill effects of the coronavirus, where one stock is rocking and rolling. Let's take a look at both of those stocks. All right. This is again what I like to call big movers because they are such big stocks. Let's take a look at Apple and let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, $921, where it's valued at $166. Now somebody out there will say something's wrong with your value. No, value is what we feel the stock is worth. Okay, value looks at the earnings growth rate, it looks at earnings, it looks at a lot of different things to really calculate what we feel the stock is worth. Now at $921, people are willing to pay a very high premium to own Tesla. But remember, Tesla is the biggest name in the electric car industry. Thus, people know that it's breaking our edge of the seat type technology. There's a high perception that Tesla is going to be rock and rolling. For the most part, it is price-wise, right? But the perception is high. That's why the stock is trading so much higher than its value. Upside potential above the value of 1, favorable. Relative safety above the value of 1, favorable. RT above the value of 1, stock is in a big time uptrend. Apple, on the other hand, a tad bit over its value. Its upside potential, not nearly as good as Tesla. So as much as I personally love Apple, it may not be the long-term hold as of right now, but it is a safe stock. Even though the RV is below the value of 1, Apple tends to meet or exceeds earnings, but guess what? That number will be affected in the next quarter because they're already talking about falling short of expectations because of the coronavirus. And the stock is in an uptrend. How about another thing? Apple is only growing their earnings at a clip of 4%, where Tesla is growing their earnings at a clip of 34%. And another thing is Apple tends, even though Apple has got RV below 1, Apple tends to go up more than it goes down, with that CI value nicely above the value of 1. All right, let's right click. Let's take a look at these stocks. All right, Apple, look at that. Apple, you just almost can't go wrong with Apple. Look at that. Interesting though, where is Apple at? Apple is, and I know Tom is going to be in here. Tom, type it in the room, even though this is a recording. Type it in the room. This stuff really works. This is why I always look at support and resistance. Look at Apple having a hard time breaking through this level of 327.85. Well, if I'm not in Apple right now, I definitely want to see the stock break above that level of resistance before I get in. Now, as the stock is starting to move sideways, volume is falling. That makes sense, but look at the earnings per share. This company just keeps making money, but it will be affected by missing earnings. It already knows that it's probably going to miss earnings going into the next quarter. And whereas Tesla, Beautiful equity curve as well. Why do we like the 3 and the 8? How about this big gap down and utilizing the 3 and the 8 on an end of day basis? Guess what? You didn't worry. And look at that. It paid off dividends for having the discipline to stick to your plan. Look at that equity curve. Love the earnings. Volume is picking back up again. Both of these stocks rocking and rolling, but just keep your eye on Apple. Even with the news on Apple, it's having a hard time getting out of its own way. Just be careful if you own it. Do not let the stock get away from you, especially to the downside. Tesla looks good. A little bit of a doji today. If I'm not in Tesla right now, I'd wait to see if it could break above that level of resistance. If you are in Tesla, you're a happy investor. You're a happy investor. All right, let's close out of that. So those are my two stocks that are big movers in the market, or big stocks in the market that are moving. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.